All right. Recording is on. This is week number 9, day number 1 of Rising League Season 1. As of this recording, we are recording our very last series, which will be the Mighty Ravens up against Liquid Ice. Both of these teams, Mighty Ravens especially, undefeated since joining the league. Liquid Ice also up there towards the top of the table. Not exactly at the top, but definitely one of the higher seeds looking to go into playoffs. We'll see just how this might be one of those previews for our playoffs matchups here, and we are headed into map number 1, which will of course be Lijiang Tower. Both of these teams looking to play a lot of goats here. Or at least both of these teams have been willing to play goats and have been very good at it as well. We'll see if these compositions are going to settle on, and it will be the goats brought out from the side of Liquid Ice, but not goats. It will be 3-2-1 being brought out by the side of Mighty Ravens. The wall coming out, going to allow the side of Mighty Ravens to push up onto this point, recharge some shields as well. The barrier coming out from the side of Kuramizu, and the barrier, the shield coming out, or I mean not the shield, the wall coming out from Saor, able to split off Toxinator from the rest of his team, and that's going to allow the side of the Mighty Ravens to really push on forward into this point, get the cap, and also start getting those stagger kills as well. Now it's going to be the Mighty Ravens looking for a play. Going on to upper, coming in from the Liquid Ice. What is life is going to pop the Tranquility. Will be able to keep his team up and alive here. Now the grab comes out from Poloski in response into the Blizzard. It will be difficult for either team to really make ground here, as they will be frozen or be stuck in the grab, but it will be again Jay and Toxinator, the first ones to fall down from the side of Liquid Ice, and it will be Liquid Ice on the retreat. Which means that Mighty Ravens are coming close to that one fight territory. Already sitting at 75% now. Looking for another shatter. The wall coming down. Diva Bomb coming in from Debsy. Won't find anything in the huge shatter. We'll find again Jay and Toxinator. Toxinator's trying to respond with his own, but won't end up being successful. Rintin, though, able to pull things in favor. Now the side of Liquid Ice moving forward. Grab available won't be used up, but the stalls have been very successful from the side of the Mighty Ravens, and they're out to 99%. Now it's just all about can they find that one fight. They only need to win one fight now. And Liquid Ice, well, they're going to need to win quite a few. It's going to be a long-range Graviton being thrown on out, and it's going to be the grab in response. Emily Magica throwing hers out in response, and it's going to be 3 kills quickly coming through for the side of Mighty Ravens. Pelosi and friends are going to have to do a lot by themselves. Debsy getting one in return, but will lose the life in response. And now the respawns are coming through. Toxinator back onto the point, trying to stay up and alive, trying to hold the shields for his team, trying to apply that presence, and blocks that shatter but gets frozen on up. And the frontline focus coming in from the side of Mighty Ravens has been pretty tremendous here. And the Mighty Ravens looking to reclaim the point. Now overtime ticking. It is going to be the attempt to try and prevent the rest of Liquid Ice from rejoining the team. Doesn't look like it'll be successful, as Toxinator is able to touch onto the point. However, they still need to win. There's going to be ultimates thrown down onto the point. Sour getting chipped out, but Sir Edgar will be able to return for his team. Emily Magica getting the kill on the Pelosi, and this looks like the end for Liquid Ice as they lose both of their tanks. Jay coming back onto the Hammond. Debsy getting the remake, but it's just all about the stall. Can they continue to pull in their friends? Debsy. Alright, Wold getting that sound barrier now popped in. Toxinator will throw down the shatter, but only finds 2. Can that be the turning point for the team? Doesn't look like it will be the case, as Javier gets that hammer kill onto Debsy. And it's a little bit messy, but it does look like the side of the Mighty Ravens will be able to close out this first point. Now as we go into the second point, doesn't look like there's going to be any adjustments coming out from the Mighty Ravens, as they've adapted this 3-3 composition with Baptiste as the main healer. Not sure if he is one of those main healer kind of supports, but that's what it seems to be in this composition. Liquid Ice going to adapt with Pelosi swapping on over to the Sombra, and Jay coming in on the Pharah, which means they are going to have a little more DPS from other sources. Whereas, of course, in Mighty Ravens case, the 3-3 composition, it's very focused on 1 or 2 characters. Instances when Javier gets the swing, well, he'll be doing a lot of DPS. When Sir Edgar has a lot of charge built up, well, he is also a DPS character. Otherwise, it can be pretty difficult, as Liquid Ice are struggling mightily to even peek in onto this point. Toxin here, looking to try and get into the backline perhaps. Now going to throw in the jump. Pelosi has the EMP charged on up. They aren't successful in the EMP barrage combo. As Jay gets instantly burned on out, but the EMP will allow them to at least access this point. The bubble is going to be big as it's able to block out a lot of that shatter. Shut the shatter on down. Toxinator, you able to throw Javier off the side. Toxinator looking to throw as many heroes off this point as possible just to gain access. And the slow chip style from Liquid Ice might be able to finally pay off here. However, it's not without great cost as Javier able to jump on in one more time. The side of Mighty Ravens are able to just stream in constantly, able to pull it on 99. However, at what cost? The side of Liquid Ice able to recharge a lot of the ultimates they used to get the point. Pelosi with an EMP ready. Now it's going to be up to the side of Mighty Ravens, pushing in early on. Barrage from Jay is going to be able to find too early. And this looks like it will be a very quick fight. Cry burning his ultimate along with Sir Edgar. That's gonna hurt a lot of Mighty Raven's chances. As Liquid Ice still sitting on 3 ultimates themselves. Dadzy chucking in the Diva Bomb isn't going to find anything except the Baptiste barrier. World going deep. Emily Magica also looking for things, but it does look like it will be the reset, and now it's going to be a 99-99 battle. As Liquid Ice already up to 80% now. It's all about finding the space to make the play. Jay and Pelosi, the key members in this last fight. The Barrage waiting right over the top. It's 90% now. They have to get onto the point. It doesn't look like the side of... Oh, Mighty Ravens are interested, but now they are going to be able to get in onto it. They are also able to shut down the res, and it does look like it will be the 2-0 coming in from the side of the Mighty Ravens. As overtime slowly ticking down, it will be the Mighty Ravens taking map number 1, taking Lijiang Tower. Mighty Ravens looking to go, continue to plow into the playoffs undefeated. It is their very last match of the season.
Wonderful.
And it will be a very quick Ironwald picked up here. But we will be heading over to a break as we set things up for the next match. I'm going to take a quick break. I will be back very shortly. Alright, and we are back here with our last series of the day. It is week 9, day number 1. Mighty Ravens up 1-0 up against Liquid Ice. And we are headed over to Eigenwald. Liquid Ice's map selection here. Map is, of course, favorable to 3-3, but whenever there's a little more verticality, it does open up the composition choices to other things. You can play other things besides just 3-3 when it is verticality added. So we'll see what kind of compositions the teams end up pulling out here. As the Mighty Ravens look to be bringing out some classic 2-2-2 with Sour Wolves being on the far mercy duties, and it will be up against Jay and Rintin, who are going to look to match with their own 2-2-2. So we'll be looking for this air battle. See if teams decide to settle in onto it. They're going to have a little more killing potential onto Jay, however, because they do have that McCree pick onto Sir Edgar. And the McCree ends up paying off early on. They find the kill onto Javier. Or not Javier, but Toxinator. Allowing them to push forward. Debsy is going to also get demeched early on. As Sir Edgar is going to get the flashbang straight right around onto Poloski, and he gets absolutely shut down. And Kurai Mizu, Sir Edgar, going off so far on this map. And Jay only out to 70%. Keeping pace with Saor onto the other Pharah, but can't build any extra alt charge when you get blasted out of the air like that. And that's gonna send Liquid Ice packing again. Ooh, Ploski gets flashbang, but will be able to take his translocator home. Is kind of caught out into no man's land, able to run on out in his stealth. Now it's going to be coming up to a 6-pack, as it's going to be Ploski popping in, popping out. Able to bait out that flashbang though. That's going to help out a lot here in allowing them to push on in. Ultimate coming in from Toxinator, coming in with that Primal Rage now. Ooh, Jay has to be careful, but he's able to get the finish, and now he can look to go in for this barrage. He's going to be able to get Javier, but will get blasted out by Kurai. And Saor also finding a kill with his rockets. Saur also able to get that finish onto Rintin at the end. And it's just going to be stagger kills. A very devastating stagger onto Debsy. Woo! That's going to be very, very rough, as they are running out of time. The big ultimate they have to work with is going to be Poloski, but he's going to have to retreat very quickly, as fast as he came on in. Out of range of the hack, but It does look like this is going to be opening. They need, gets the hack onto Javier, unable to continue the right click, and it's just going to be the stalls coming out from the side of Mighty Ravens, just pulling it over to the overtime and allowing their high ground members to set up for high ground now. As Sir Edgar able to set up onto the high ground, has the Deadeye available. Jay is going to have to be very careful here. Able to get the kill onto Toxin Eater very early on. Deadeye getting popped. It is going to prevent the side of Liquid Ice to really peek on through that door. And Sir Edgar playing very aggressive. Finds Pelosi and bops him out. Shuts him down. And the constant orb onto Jay really prevents him from peeking aggressively or even taking to the air. Because just a couple of shots from Sir Edgar will shut him down or at least chip him low and allow anyone to really finish him off very easily. Wold even going for a ballsy res. But no pressure onto him. But now Toxin Eater starting to come online with that ultimate and will find 3 kills for his team. Can he continue to bring the pain? Ooh, might be able to get out Kurai and able to finish him off. We'll be able to get onto the high ground along with Jay. Jay has that barrage ready and available here. It's going to be the EMP barrage combo as they wait for the EMP is going to come out, but Sir Edgar burns out Jay right before he's able to pop that barrage. Even finds a third. This man is on fire with the McCree pick. And now it's just going to be the stall. They are able to get overtime, I believe. They are. However, now they need to find the kills, and that's something they're not finding. Flashbang right click will end up finishing that round for the side of Liquid Ice. Able to get the cap at least and almost taking second points, but that's where their journey ended. And now it'll be up to the side of the Mighty Ravens to finish out this map, but they're in great position to do so. As the sides will be swapped. We'll see if the side of the Mighty Ravens decide to go something like the 4-1-1 quad DPS composition that they like to do on these hybrid maps here. And for the side of Liquid Ice, well, we'll have to see a very good defense come out for this team. Will be Pelosi coming in with the Baptiste. So they are going to play 3-3. They don't have the Lucio. Debsy's going to get hacked on up here, and the collapse is going to come in very quickly. They are able to get the D-Mech onto Emily Magica and shut down Sir Edgar early on here. So looking good for the side of Liquid Ice. Saor peeking around the corner. Does look like they are going to reset, but Saor looking to get the pick onto members that are coming back, because they don't have anyone to really claim this high ground. They are cutting off Rinton, and Rinton might get staggered on out here. He's going to get picked off before even getting back to his team. Saor with this barrage could be huge. It's going to unleash it. A lot of it going to be blocked up by the barrier, and Jay able to get the clean up as well. Is actually going to pop the attack visor, and with this fight already mostly won, I gotta wonder if it's a little bit excessive, but Saor does find 3 kills for himself. It's going to be some decent staggering. Javier actually deciding to pop the Primal Rage, is going to be stuck in this corner, trying to make it back to his team, able to do so. Ultimate popped, and from Poloski is going to be a little bit of a farewell ultimate as he tries to help the rest of his team. Not going to be too successful there, as that will be the cap. Now we're looking at some of these staggers. Saor getting the kill onto what is life. And Javier might be a little bit too aggressive there, but sending them back to their spawn, preventing them to really set up onto this high ground, which you would like to have as the soldier player. And what is life might be caught out there. He's going to get sent off of that high ground. Toxinator with the Orisa. Where will they bunker up here? That is the question. Jay once again dropping in onto, making his way onto the top of this castle, but still, again, the Mighty Ravens trying to keep him away. Saor going to fall really low there, but with the power of that Mercy, will be able to stay up, but Poloski will not, as the EMP comes down, only finds Jay, but that's going to be enough as Emily Magica able to find 2 kills with the Diva Bomb. And that will be the Mighty Ravens finding another 1-team fight. And now things are going to get a little bit desperate here for Liquid Ice. With this being their last fight, they have to win this fight. Toxinator are going to be able to shut down Saor. Saor trying to keep them out of the gates there. And Javier has the ultimate ready to go. Going to throw some people around. Maybe throws someone off. Throws Poloski off and Jay as well. Very successful. Oh, but it's just a matter of the rest of the team. What can they find? Wolf able to get the kill onto Debsy, as Debsy is unable to remech. Now it's just a little bit of the cleanup here. Toxinator will be able to come back onto the point though, so it does look like Liquid Ice might have stabilized. As the boot comes down onto Emily Magica, but you're a diva, you can fly up there. Now here comes the Diva Bomb. Won't find anyone. Ultimate coming in from Wold. And now it's just going to be the collapse, trying to get any extra resets they can. Wold may be out of position here. Will get picked off by Poloski. And Saor coming back with immediate 2. Sour bringing out the blade, has to be big. The hack comes down onto multiple members, and he's able to slice and dice his way over. Now he just has to finish off Ploski. Will indeed do so, and this might be the 2-0 coming in from the Mighty Ravens, as this is going to be the wipe of Debski. And now it's just, did they slow him down enough to allow themselves to get back onto the point? It might indeed be so. Jay coming in with a big uppercut. Clears off the point. Another big uppercut. And Jay might have clutched it out for his team. Getting 3 frags for himself. Now the rest of the Liquid Ice able to pour on through Jay. The Fister Mister able to prevent them from getting back on. The hack going to come in from Sir Edgar. Now it's going to be up to the side of the Mighty Ravens to clutch it out. Able to retouch the point. Here comes the Diva Bomb coming in from Debsy. Will zone people off at least. Now the ultimate coming in from Rintin. And it does look like Liquid Ice are in great position to close out this map, and a huge EMP might turn things back in favor. 4-man EMP, but it will not be the case as Liquid Ice clutching it out at the very end. It was a tall task, but Jay with the fist shutting things down. As it will be Eigenwald going over in favor to Liquid Ice, which ties up the series at 1. Going to have it over to a break, but it won't be long until we are back. All right, and we are back. It is going to be Volskaya, or Temple of Anubis, picked for the side of the Mighty Ravens. And it will be a quad DPS setup for the side of the Mighty Ravens. A very aggressive comp selection for this defense, given the fact that you are going to have a little bit of difficulty getting access to the point, or really forcing them to, or like to fight on the point. But because there's so much verticality, and the fact that there's really only two ways to get in, one main way, you have to get through this arch. It can be controllable through quad DPS. Since, well, you can kill them before they even reach the point, and with quad DPS it means you have a lot of damage, as well as going to be on the run from Toxinator. Toxinator looking to get as aggressive as possible, but Emily Magica is going to be able to find some kills out onto the side. As the DPS coming out from the side of Mighty Ravens seems to be a little bit too much for Liquid Ice so far. Emily Magica is going to be looking into the back line, will be able to have full knowledge. Poloski has the EMP ready. That's the only ultimate they really have to work with real big here. But Emily Magica will find the pick onto What Is Life. Poloski throwing down the EMP, but it might be a little bit wasted there, as Jay able to find the flashbang kill onto Emily Magica, but won't be able to last long himself, as that's going to be the reset. The stagger coming in very brutal for Debsy, even trying to remake there. Honestly, if it comes down to a remake scenario, you can either A, allow her to remake and get free extra charge if you think you can prevent her from leaving. So something like if you have the Brigitte, you have good target focus, you can just allow the remake and then immediately demech and just continue staggering. Or you kill her right before the remake to maximize the time. Ultimate pop by Wold here. Saor finding the barrage kill, and there's just so much DPS around. If you're popping multiple ultimates, attack ultimates, DPS ultimates, it's hard to focus on one to try and shut down on. However, that's also what you kind of need to do with the composition like quad DPS. You have to pop multiple ultimates just to ensure that you can clear out a team, because if they have any of their tank members and supports remaining, that allows them to just try and push forward onto the point. But it doesn't look like it's going to be a very competitive first point here, as it's not going to be even a touch coming in from the side of Liquid Ice, and they are completely shut out of this point. So we'll have to see if the side of Liquid Ice have anything cooked up on the defensive end. Maybe some sort of Baptiste comp to pull things back. They have a huge mountain to climb here, and I feel like that's been the name of the game here. But we'll see if they can do it after a short break.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Alright, and we are back. It is going to be Jay bringing out the Bastion. That is going to be their adaptation for this composition. Pelosi going to be onto the Sombra to allow Jay to move around, move on to different high ground. But the quad DPS or triple DPS coming in from the side of Mighty Ravens right now. They are able to find a pick onto Rintin. And now they flanked around from the side. That's going to allow them to open things up at least a little bit. But Jay now falling there means that this could very well be the end. Emily Magica and Pelosi able to pull things back in their favor, and Debsy has to win this 1v1. Able to get the mech, but loses so much HP as a result. Able to get the finish onto Sir Edgar, and that's going to be big. As Debsy now falls, loses the mech. Jay so very close to that. And now Javier and the rest of Mighty Ravens streaming back in, able to get. They just need to finish the kill onto Rintin, and that will be the map. And that will be the 2-1. Going in favor of the Mighty Ravens. As we'll see what kind of a response map Liquid Ice again come through. Has been mostly Mighty Ravens favored, but Liquid Ice bringing out some nice compositions. Oof. As we will head it over to a very short break, setting up the next map. We'll see you very, very shortly. And we're back onto our final, well, fourth and possibly final map. As it will be Gibraltar chosen by the side of Liquid Ice here. Widow Battle will be part of the game here. As Jay is going to get immediately burned on out by Javier.
Step inside, stay alive.
But now Liquid Ice coming out in full force. Getting a quick shutdown. Finding themselves 3 kills in response. Allowing them to get this point, starting to shove. Toxinator might be a little bit caught out in position, will be able to get back to his team. Emily Magica finding the pick onto Rinton, and this might be the push shutdown, but Toxinator able to get the return frag onto Sour. We'll see if they're able to put anything to it. They are coming up onto 6 ultimates. Debsy's actually going to throw in the Diva Bomb. Won't find anything except the barrier. Sir Edgar winning that Widow duel. Is going to force the res out of Rinton. Not sure if Rinton has it available for her. Javier will find the pick onto What Is Life, and that's going to be the reset. That is definitely the reset. Finding a second kill onto the support line. But it doesn't look like Debsy wants to, sticking around. Alright, Javier going forward, finds Poloski. Now it's just stalling out Debsy. Staggering him as long as possible. Jay able to find 1 pick in return, but is that going to be enough? My first impression is it's going to be no. But with some of that, with the walls being popped by Jay, it does make me think that they want to try and reaggress into it, but Saor gets the shutdown, and also Emily Magica. Now a little bit of it excessive there coming in from Javier, but does find some stagger kills, so maybe it is worth the cost as he invests the Primal Rage. They have 3 ults to work with, but it's going to be into the 4 attack ultimates of Liquid Ice. Diva Bomb coming out, won't find anyone, but it does create the space to allow Sir Edgar to find the pick onto Jay. Poloski will get the return frag onto Saor. And now it's looking like this is Liquid Ice's fight. The Dragon going to be thrown in through the underpass. Emily Magica will drop down onto the point just to beat that offering for Poloski. And now it looks like Liquid Ice might be able to cap this first point. It is going to be the re-engage coming in from the Mighty Ravens to try and slow things down, stall things out, maybe even turn things around in their favor. Sour going to pop the Nano Blade. We'll find the first kill onto What Is Life. Diva Bomb isn't going to find anything, and the remech won't be able to come through either. As the Mighty Ravens look to stabilize, prevent even the first point from coming through for the side of Liquid Ice, and Liquid Ice again making it very difficult for themselves to complete these escort maps, these escort type maps. And again, we're gonna have to see something very special come out from the side of Liquid Ice if they want to force it over to that 5th and final map onto Nepal. But the question is, can they do so? It's such a tough fight, but it can be done. If we're looking at places where you can hold, it has to be the first checkpoint and the last checkpoint. The second one is very difficult unless if you are able to reset very properly and set yourselves up onto the high ground. But that is very snowballing. Now it looks like it's going to be their Gibraltar special. Hiding in the server room. Waiting for them to come on out and then getting a juicy pin around the side. Ooh, the wall is going to come through from Jay. I'm not sure if that was the correct thing to do, but it is going to allow them to stall. Allow them to touch point without actually accessing point. And they're just going to keep trying to do this. Toxinator, though, needs some heals. He is falling pretty low here. Debsy, What Is Life are going to be able to find the first couple of frags, though. And that's already a good thing. Definitely a very good thing. As Sir Edgar able to find the pick onto Debsy, that could spell trouble. What Is Life will have that ultimate available very soon. And Sir Edgar finds the pick onto What Is Life. That is a Moira ult that you cannot use anymore. Saor coming down, able to find the finish onto Toxinator. Now, Mighty Ravens in full control. The barrage coming out from Saor will be very impactful, as they don't have too many ults to work with. What Is Life again going to get burned out. Toxinator is going to get shot out of the door. And Debsy, getting the sound barrier, is able to get onto the point, but doesn't have any HP to continue to fight on the point. Diva Bomb coming out will get isolated by Javier Bayama. And now it looks like the kills will come through for the side of the Mighty Ravens. And Debsy, Rinton trying to stall as much as they can, but it's not gonna be, as Mighty Ravens take Gibraltar and take the series 3-1. And I believe coming in was very important in holding off the point at the very end. And without, well, we gotta pick some sort of MVP. Saor had some fantastic games. Kurai also had a great showing. Sir Edgar was a key piece, especially during that Eigenwald map, being able to contest, and I think it has to be Sir Edgar giving the flexibility for this team, being able to play multiple heroes. That's kind of what you need at this point in time. A lot of flexibility in that hero pool if you're not going to be playing 3-3. If you are playing standard 3-3, of course, it's pretty set roles, but with the different compositions that Mighty Ravens do bring out with a lot of DPS, that is going to be where a player like Sir Edgar can start to shine, because he is playing a lot of that hit scan role, able to shut down Jay onto that Pharah because of that over-under approach they had with Saor onto the Pharah, and Sir Edgar controlling the ground with that McCree. And yeah, Sir Edgar. Fine performance again. It's these flex DPS players that are going to start shining once we break out of the 3-3 meta. Of course, in the 3-3 meta, it's mostly going to be the Zarya players, the Rein players are going to be the real highlights. But afterwards, it's going to come back to that DPS meta. And when it's DPS, you have to have a large champion hero pool because there are so many DPS players or DPS heroes and just so many different styles as well. But with that, that's going to be the end of week 9, day number 1. We've got more action coming to you tomorrow. Again, it will probably end up being a recording like this, but you will still get your action, you will still get your casting. So I will see you guys back then.